We would like to start Foreign Minister Motegi's press conference. Over to you, Minister. Thank you. First, in terms of opening remarks, if circumstances allow, between the 26th and 28th of this month, I will visit Malaysia on behalf of our Prime Minister to attend the ASEAN-related summit meetings. More specifically, I am to attend October 27th, ASEAN Plus 3 summit meeting, RCEP summit meeting, and East Asia summit meeting. Throughout these meetings, I intend to promote FOIP, a free and open Indo-Pacific, and further strengthen cooperation with ASEAN members who are Japan's partners of trust and are key to realizing FOIP. I will also make sure to firmly convey Japan's position on the regional and international situation and to advance initiatives conducive to the region's peace and prosperity. Taking this opportunity, on the margins of these meetings, I am also looking to have meetings with my counterparts to build relationships based on trust. So that would be all in terms of opening remarks.
If you have a question, please raise your hand. And if you are called, please proceed to the microphone and ask a question after saying your name and affiliation. GG News Agency. Chiba from GG News Agency, thank you. So you mentioned ASEAN meetings. So FOIP, for FOIP, ASEAN countries are important, as you mentioned, but under MOTEGI Minister, what is your ASEAN diplomacy? ASEAN is located at a geopolitically important location, and also it's a global growth center, and ASEAN is key for realizing a free and open Indo-Pacific, as I mentioned. Also, in both politics and economy, relation with ASEAN needs to be strengthened, and it's one of the top priorities for Japan's diplomacy as a trusted partner with a heart-to-heart bond. We would like to further strengthen Japan-ASEAN relation in wide-ranging areas such as maritime, securities, and digital matters, including AI and green matters.
Next question, please. Mainichi Tadakuro-san. Tadakuro from Mainichi newspaper. In relation to that, a free and open Indo-Pacific, I have a question regarding FOIP. ASEAN, whose summit meeting our minister and Prime Minister will be attending, shares the same philosophy in that they place importance on rule of law and rules. After Japan and ASEAN reaffirmed the importance of FOIP, what, in your view, would be the significance of reaffirming the importance of FOIP with President Trump again here when he comes to Japan from Malaysia? What Japan has proposed to the rest of the world, FOIP, free and open Indo-Pacific, is the pillar of Japan's diplomacy. ASEAN announced AOIP, so FOIP and AOIP have many commonalities, I believe. So we would like to promote this, and in order to evolve this in line with changing times, through multifaceted initiatives, I think it is necessary to meticulously continue to work with allies and like-minded countries to promote this. And placing importance on ASEAN, I talked about that already earlier. And what is scheduled immediately following that, Japan-US summit with Prime Minister Takaichi. President Trump will be meeting her in person for the first time, immediately following Prime Minister's appointment. I think it's important for the two heads to build trust at the personal level and to further strengthen Japan-US security alliance and to realize FOIP. I think it will be a great opportunity for that.
Next question. TV Tokyo, Sherry-san. Sherry from TV Tokyo, thank you. Regarding an abduction issue by North Korea, Prime Minister Takaichi yesterday said in the meeting with abductee victims' families, she said that she expressed eagerness to find a breakthrough and showed the eagerness to have the summit meeting with North Korea. And do you have an intention of bringing this up as an important topic in the meeting with President Trump visiting next week Japan? So yesterday, I attended Prime Minister Takaichi's meeting with the family members of the abduction victims, but for quite a long time, they are long waiting for the return of family members from North Korea and feeling their profound feelings. I felt the importance of immediately resolving the abduction issue. But in order to resolve the issue, of course, it's important for the international community to engage with North Korea. But what's even more important is for us to be proactive in engaging with them as soon as possible in order to realize the return of all abductees back to Japan, in order also to resolve all issues with North Korea. With the government's responsibility, we would like to take all necessary measures. So in what way are we going to work on this issue? It influences the probability of influence, so we cannot talk about the specific details. Also, next week, when Mr. Trump visits Japan, during his visit, naturally, toward the resolution of the abduction issue, well, all along, President Trump has been quite proactive regarding this issue, and he has engaged with North Korea on this matter. So we will be making reconfirmation and asking for a request.
Next, 中国新聞宮野さん。Miyano from Chugoku Shimbun newspaper. Thank you. I have a question regarding our country's tenets of the three non-nuclear principles. Of the three which are not possessing, not producing, and not permitting the introduction of nuclear weapons, Prime Minister Takaichi in the past suggested her willingness to review the third principle of not permitting entry. The government is now in the process of strengthening nuclear deterrence provided by the U.S. Any consideration to potentially review the three principles? On behalf of the government, well, the government adheres to the three non-nuclear principles as a matter of policy. Now, not permitting entry, there was a comment by 2010 by Foreign Minister Okada then. We will stand by that remark.
As Harrison, please.
News, congratulations on your second appointment, Minister. May I ask about the central focus of Japan's diplomatic goals under the new government, particularly related to East and West Asia? Is there a possibility for engagement and diplomacy instead of confrontation and sanctions against the North Koreans and Russians? And additionally, could Japan potentially pursue a peace initiative in West Asia to stop Israel's war against Gaza, Syria, and Lebanon? Thank you.
So, firstly, what is happening? Reality, we need to check the reality. The nuclear and missile development by North Korea threatens peace and safety of Japan and international community, and such actions are not tolerated. And the abduction issue is a violation of national sovereignty and the highest priority for the administration. For North Korea, we have been engaging with them in various matters, but regarding our response to North Korea toward a comprehensive resolution of issues such as abduction, nuclear, and missile development, from the perspective of what is most effective, we will be continuing our consideration. And regarding in the wake of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, so it's shakes the foundation of the international community and is very serious. So Japan works with international community, including G7 nations, and we have implemented sanctions against Russia. At the same time, between Russia and Japan, since we are neighbors, we have outstanding issues. And between the two countries' diplomatic authorities, in appropriate way, we are continuing with communication with Russia. As for the northern territories, so stakeholders have a profound feelings, so we would like to patiently work on the issue. As for the situation in the Middle East, the situation in the Palestine, including Gaza Strip, nuclear issue in Iran, Syria, Lebanon, and Yemen, and the unstable situation continues. So Japan, based upon the trust with the countries in the Middle East, we will continue to collaborate with countries, including the USA, and we have accumulated various diplomatic efforts for the peace and stability of the Middle East. Recently, for Gaza, the ceasefire agreement was reached among parties involved, and we are proactively contributing to international efforts regarding humanitarian situation improvement and reconstruction. And finally, corridors of peace and prosperity and a conference on cooperation among East Asian countries for Palestinian development, CPAD. Through such initiatives unique to Japan, we will play proactive roles for the peace and stability of Middle East.
Next question, please. Sankei Shimbun, Nagahara-san. Nagahara from Sankei, thank you. I would like to ask about the status coordination of Japan-China summit. In APEC, President Xi and President Trump will be having a summit. It was announced. Prime Minister Takaichi is also attending the meeting, but what is the status coordination of Japan-China summit? And given the various concerns outstanding, what is the significance of having such a summit? Is there a need? Well, regarding Japan-China summit, at this moment, nothing is determined yet. And as I said in the press conference the other day, between Japan and China, it is a fact that there are concerns and outstanding issues. That is why we must have solid talks with each other. That is all the more necessary. Through such talks, Japan should assert what needs to be asserted, and we shall request responsible conduct on the part of China. On the other hand, in areas where cooperation is possible, we shall seek cooperation with each other through talks. We would like to reduce concerns and outstanding issues and increase cooperation and understanding.
Next question from Kyoto. Aikawa-san from Kyoto newspaper. Aikawa from Kyoto newspaper, thank you. I have a question about Japan-South Korea relation. Now, in 1978, the Japan-South Korea Continental Shelf Agreement came into force. The agreement entered in June, the period of return termination period. Regarding whether the agreement can be let to terminate or not, but based upon the close relation with South Korea, Ishiba administration said it's an issue that must be handled amicably and overcome through communication with South Korea. Is Takaichi administration holding on to the same stance? Between the two countries' governments regarding the future of the Continental Shelf Joint Development Agreement, we have continued with exchange of opinions moving forward, such as the effective period of the agreement and based upon the rules on the termination. And regarding the future of the southern part of the continental shelf between the two countries, between Japan and South Korean governments, discussion needs to be continued. On that basis, based upon the shift in the bilateral relations, we would like to make a comprehensive judgment.
Next question, please, NHK Yamamoto-san. Yamamoto from NHK. At the Diet session, Prime Minister Takaichi delivered a policy address. So what is your candid impression of her speech, I would like to ask? And in relation to that, at this moment, Takaichi administration's approval ratings, according to public opinion polls, are very high, with the finding of Yomiuri included. So what is it that the public is asking from the administration, and do you think you're living up to the expectation? So Prime Minister Takaichi's policy address was very robust. It included various specifics, I believe. In terms of diplomacy, the security environment and strengthening Japan-U.S. security alliance and further evolving FOIP even more robustly in line with changing time. So restoring Japan's diplomacy at the core of the international community. The security environment surrounding Japan has become most severe since the end of World War II. And by fulfilling our responsibility, we would like to protect our national interests and increase presence in the international community. That is such diplomacy we would like to pursue. And that point was driven home once again. Now, according to various opinion polls, Prime Minister Takaichi's approval rating is very high, and the administration's approval rating is very high. That is very much appreciated. There are a number of issues, including increasing prices, inflation, and international situation is very unstable. So given those circumstances, there are mounting issues. I think we need to move speedily. Japan, with a sense of ownership, to address various issues and challenges. That is what is expected of us. So such high expectations are reflected in the opinion polls. And in order to maintain such high approval rating, we would like to speedily address challenges, also with courage. That is important.
Miyano-san from Chugok newspaper. Miyano from Chugok newspaper. Regarding my earlier question about 3 non-nuclear principles, so far, so I believe you will hold on to stick to the previous administration's stance. But regarding the in the emergency situation, when it comes to the temporary entry of nuclear weapons into the state, was your remark related to that? Yes, thank you. There's no other question, so we are ending the press briefing today. Thank you.